Good morning, Rabbi. Thank you for coming. Please help yourself to breakfast, anonymously sponsored. There's an old joke dealing with Parsha Bereshis where Rivka says to her father, Basul, Daddy, I want to get married. And he goes, you're only 3 years old. Why do you want to get married? She goes, Daddy, I'm in the Parsha. So the reason why I mentioned that, guess who's not in the Parsha this week? Moshe Rabbeinu. Why isn't Moshe Rabbeinu in the Parsha this week? Because Moshe is in almost every single Parsha. Since he comes on the scene, why is he left out of this Parsha? So the Vilna Gaon says that in most years, when it's not a leap year, the Purim comes, the Zayin Adar comes around the time of when he died. He died Zayin Adar, that's why we didn't say Taflin today. So therefore, the Torah knew that, and God knew that he was going to die on 7 Adar, so he leaves him out during this Parsha. That's according to the Vilna Gaon. According to Rabbi Elichaim Meisel, the rabbi of Lodz, was involved in fundraising, and he raised a lot of money, but he had nothing to do with the distribution of the funds. He said the reason being why he didn't want to have any suspicion. He said Moshe Rabbeinu raised a lot of money in the previous Parshas. In this Parsha, they're spending the money. He didn't want to be part of that, so he shouldn't be accused of taking any money. That's more of a humorous answer. However, the Baal Turim says that the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu is not mentioned in this Parsha, he's defending the Jewish people. He says, Mecheni misifri, take me out of your book. So even a righteous person, a tzaddik, when he makes it looks like a curse, even based on a condition, and it comes through. So this is the punishment that he gets for saying Mecheni misifri. So others say, how can Moshe Rabbeinu be punished? He's standing up for the Jewish people. He's going to get punished because he stood up for the Jewish people. So Reb Shimon Sofer says no. That God's saying to him, V'ata tetzaveh, you. Like a king has a person who's really done well for the king. He says, you take charge for a day. So he says, V'ata tetzaveh, you take over for the day. So there's another similarity that I think Rabbi Goodman from Far Rockaway says that if you ever notice that Moshe's missing from this Parsha, and in Purim, God's missing from. Is there a connection that God's missing from the Megillah and Moshe's missing from this Parsha? They all fall out around the same time. And he says that in the time of Mordechai and Esther, God was hidden. God's face was hidden. So what happened? Mordechai and Esther had to rise to the occasion. So that's what he says was happening over here. What the Torah is teaching us, that Moshe is saying, if there's no leadership around, V'ata, you have to take control. This is a command. That's what God's missing from the Megillah. Mordechai has to take control because somebody has to lead the Jewish people, help the Jewish people. And the same thing happens in Jewish life. That's the Torah is teaching us. If Moshe's not around, there's no leadership around. All of us have to really take responsibility. Have a good Shabbos.